went to town the other day, and some guy crossed the line by about 2.5, 3 feet, and I had nowhere to go. And he smacked my mirror pretty good. Had a clamp on towing mirror over top of this, and it just slammed the whole thing into my windshield, into my side glass over there like that. Popped the glass out of here. Got to remove all the mirror out of here. And it's actually glass mirror. Got to get it out of there. The new mirror should be here today. I'm just doing replacement glass on it because the motor still works on it. Got a little bit of a broke plastic out here, but it is what it is. I had nowhere to go. I was either going in the ditch, hitting a tree, or getting my mirror smacked. And if he hit my truck, like full on hit my truck, it would have hit it. And the problem is the guy didn't stop. He knew he hit my mirror, and he just floored it and took off. And I was in traffic. There was no way for me to turn around, get his plate number or anything like that. And I was surrounded by cars too, so I'm not real worried about it. I sure as hell ain't claiming it on my insurance since I got a $500 deductible. I think the mirror glass cost me like $12 or something like that. Still sucks. Guy smacks your mirror. It was like a late 80s, mid 90s black GMC 4x4 truck. Probably driven by some kid or something. Who knows? You know, one of them ones that's all squatted down in the ass end. So I'm guessing it was a kid. Oh well. Oh well, kid. Let me get this glass out of here. Thing should be here sometime today. I think it just sticks on there. I got to get all this glass out of here. And then once you get the glass off, you're going to clean this with alcohol or lacquer thinner or something like that. Make sure you got a nice good sticky surface for it to go onto. Alright, we got about probably most of it off of there. Remember, this stuff is glass now, it's sharp. I'm using a little pry tool to get it off of there. I was trying to use my plastic ones. They weren't sharp enough to get up under there. It's just held on by sticky tape, like 3M two-sided tape, and that's what's going to go back on there to hold it on. If you look, you can see the tape on there. It's already broken. You're just going to pry up underneath of it, break the rest of it out, so you can get all the epoxy off of there. So be careful doing it. My fingers are pretty tough from over the years. I still get cuts, but not like some people do. Well, I guess what I'm saying is my fingers are scarred up pretty good from years of doing this crap. Getting cuts all over the place. So when you're done, you're going to need to get all this epoxy off here. You scrape off what you can, and you can use lacquer thinner to get it off, or alcohol. Lacquer thinner works a little bit better. You only need a little bit on a rag. Try not to soak the plastic because it'll distort it if you let it sit on there too much. Napa used to make citrus glue dissolver that you just spray on there. It wouldn't hurt paint, wouldn't hurt plastic, nothing. And it smelled good. And I think they quit making it years ago, but it worked good. Any kind of goo be gone or stuff like that will work to soften up the glue on this two-sided tape. Since that's all that's holding it on, you're going to want to make sure that this thing's clean. So the new tape has something to stick to really good. You don't want this thing popping off driving down the road. I just had to replace this whole mirror last year. Somebody doing the same thing, except I was parked and somebody went through town there, and I was walking across the street, and all I seen was a mirror flying across the road and hitting the ground. And that was a factory mirror, so it actually, the mirror didn't break. This whole section popped out. This section that's on the motorized part just popped out. In fact, I still have the mirror portion out of it, but it's a pain in the butt to get off there, and it won't mount up to this one. This mirror I got the cheapo off of Amazon once I found out how much a mirror from Ford costs. So I just got this one, and they just use the sticky tape on the regular glass mirror. So this mirror costs probably about a quarter what one would if I bought one from Ford. And the same difference, I'd still had to pay for the whole thing because my deductible would have been $500. And this mirror from Ford was probably $350 all totaled. Once you bought all the plastic for it, because it was originally, it had a white cover on here with a turn signal bar in here that lets you know that it's blinking. And it was heated. I got the non-heated. This one's non-heated because you don't really need heated mirrors here. I'm sure you do in some parts of the country, but here you don't. It never gets really that cold enough to frost up mirrors and worry about it that you can't just wipe them off. That one's on there pretty good, huh? All right, well, you get the gist of it. I'm just going to clean this the rest of the way off. Wait for the mirror to get here. We should be here today. It's what it said anyway. It's already on the truck somewhere. Somewhere between here and Durham. All right. All right. Guy just showed up with the mirror. It's all cleaned off. You got your 4 adhesive pieces here. I just stuck them to the mirror. Now I'm going to stick them to the mirror base. Now I'm going to stick the mirror on there. That's all you're going to do. Pull the paper off of here. You're going to want to make sure your mirror surface is clean. No fingerprints, no oil or nothing like that on it before you stick it on here.
Then a very important thing happens. With all due respect to the Tea Party in Boston, a major factor in the American Revolution would be the British start taxing the American settlers to pay for the British troops who were specifically stationed on the border to keep the settlers from settling. You get that? All right. So
If I can get it off of there.
The French ended up tolerating the British, but these Americans, you couldn't reason with them. So the Indians end up betting on the wrong team. They fight with the British in the American Revolution, and they're still paying the British to this day on that bet. Anyway,
Okay.
it was over.
Let's stick the mirror on there.
So after the smoke clears, the American general, Mad Anthony Wayne, and one of his majors, Meriwether Lewis, they relaxing, lighting up some of that overtaxed tea. And Mad Anthony says, after all this hassle, the weather around here really ain't so great. So grab Bill Clark, get an expedition together, and go discover the West Coast so we can play some golf. In the meantime, we got all these names: Cadillac, Pontiac, Osceola, Cherokee, Dakota. We might as well invent some cars to go along with them.
Okay, that's it right there. Nice and stock. It's in there good, I think.
Let's just call it Detroit, and that'll piss them all off.
Okay, had a little misline there, had to pop back off and then pop back on. That should be good. I'm gonna let it sit up out here. Make sure it's stuck on there good. A little bit of heat, have it sticking better. And that's it. And hopefully nobody smacks my ear again within the next year or two, or ever again. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.